These laws and policies are taking away a woman's right to choose. Don't! Gun rights are women's rights.
Don't!
This is Dianna Muller. And this is Dianna Muller. The only difference between this Dianna Muller and this one is that this one is destroying targets with her killer aim and devastating rounds, and this one is destroying the tyrannical rhetoric of political parasites with the truth of her words. And the only round she needed in this congressional meeting was round number 2A, emblazoned with the words, "shall not be infringed." There's nothing I can add to this video, so let's just take a listen.
My goal here is to educate people. We are law-abiding, responsible gun owners, and please don't legislate the 150 million people just like me into being criminals. Like it has happened. You've already done it. The legislation on bump stocks. I was a bump stock owner, and I had to make a decision. Do I become a felon, or do I comply? And like that gentleman that just got escorted out, I will not comply with the assault weapons ban. My name is Dianna Muller, and I'm an ordinary American, one who has had different life experiences that bring me here today as a dissenter of any new gun control laws, including the assault weapons ban. After 22 years as a police officer with assignments that included patrols, street crimes, gangs, and narcotics, I retired to focus on a second career as a professional shooter, and I've had the honor to represent our country on an international stage. 4 years ago, I came to this town as a tourist, and during a haphazard meeting with my congressman, I asked if there was anything I should be doing to dispel the information about guns and gun owners that's running rampant on Capitol Hill. From there, the DC Project was born, an educational and nonpartisan effort of 50 women, one from every state, meeting their legislators as gun owners and Second Amendment supporters. We are as diverse as any cross-section of America. Many of our women, like victims of these mass public murders, have endured unspeakable violence themselves or lost loved ones. Their stories are similar to Kate Nixon's. It was reported that Kate knew her coworker was unstable and felt that he would shoot up the place. Her husband encouraged her to take a pistol to work, but she didn't want to break the rules. She followed the policy that was supposed to keep her safe, a gun-free zone, and she was murdered the next day in the Virginia Beach tragedy. These laws and policies are taking away a woman's right to choose.
Don't!
Gun rights are women's rights. That's why I'm honored to be here today, to be a voice for the millions of American women who share my ideology but are not represented in mainstream media or squelched on social media. As a woman, I'm likely smaller and less equipped for violence than an attacker, or if I'm outnumbered by people who may do me harm, my firearm is the great equalizer and levels the playing field. I married late in life, and I spent the majority of my adult life sleeping by myself. There were so many nights that there were bumps in the nights, and I'm sure it's happened to you guys, but I have a peace because I have a firearm by my side, specifically an AR-15. I own and carry firearms not to take a life, but to protect a life. I am worth protecting.
Go!
My family is worth protecting. So why does anybody need an AR-15? Let me explain it in shoes. You wouldn't run a marathon in dress shoes, and you wouldn't go to a formal ball in sneakers. Similarly, each of my firearms have a specific purpose. The AR-15 just falls in the category of that really comfortable dressy shoe that gets called on in many occasions. It's my go-to for home defense and vehicle gun. As a competitor, I've turned a hobby into a living, and my husband hunts with an AR. The AR-15 platform is the most popular general-purpose rifle because it's the most versatile and most customizable. And freedom doesn't ask why the need. To quote William Pitt the Younger, necessity is the plea for every infringement on human freedom. It is the argument of tyrants. It is the creed of slaves. For 22 years, I enforced the laws you created, and I had a front row seat to the justice system. It's frustrating to see the revolving door where prosecutors reduce or drop charges and judges give minimal sentencing. I find it ironic in today's effort of criminal justice reform that you are taking steps to be lenient on people who have actually committed crimes against laws you've already created, while at the same time proposing more laws that turn ordinary law-abiding citizens like myself into criminals. How about holding the people accountable for the laws that are already on the books before we pass any further legislation that would only be a burden on the law-abiding? If these laws were the answer, Chicago, Baltimore, LA, and even this city would be the safest city in America. The firearms community is #doing something. We are leading the way on meaningful safety measures. I implore you, work with us instead of demonizing us. Law-abiding American gun owners are not the enemy. Help our community promote programs like Project Child Safe, Eddie Eagle, and the Kids Safe Foundation that teaches kids about firearm safety. Faster Saves Lives and School Shield are school security programs. And Walk the Talk America is suicide prevention programs. These are initiatives that are being driven by the firearms industry. If you really want to make a difference in gun-related deaths, get behind these programs and fund them, because we believe one life unjustifiably taken is one life too many. Let's put firearms education back in schools and start protecting our kids like we protect the people in this building. Education over legislation. Thank you for your time to speak. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for your time and your service.
Before you go, check out our new shirt designs in the shirt store. Here's the Beta Hates America design. Hell no, you're not taking my AR-15. And nobody needs an AR-15. Well, nobody needs a whiny little bitch either. And yet, here you are. And against all enemies, Democrat and Republican. There are over 90 other kick-ass designs in the store, and the link's in the description. Your purchase supports the message of freedom on this channel. If you get something out of this content, help me beat YouTube's censorship algorithms by liking and sharing this video. And while you're here, why not watch a couple more of my videos? Until next time, stand firm, stay vigilant, and for the sake of all that is right and good, stop giving your rights away to tyrannical psychopaths who want to destroy this country.